Hey, welcome. It's GTC Newsroom. I am Chris Ball, and I'm finally back. It's been a few weeks since we did one of these, but we have so much going on. I see a bunch of people watching right now on YouTube and other platforms, so good to have you around. This is an exciting day because finally we're going to talk about World Cup Season 5. But before I get into all of that, let's first make sure that we understand that everything that you see that's beautiful and pretty and just wonderful is brought to us by HyPrix. Want to thank Pixteca over there and the HyPrix team. Great partners with GT Champions since the inception, so we're happy to have you. And of course, Detailing Group, who has been a sponsor of GT Champions even before GT Champions was a thing. They have sponsored every season of World Cup even before GT Champions was formed. So big shout out to Detailing Group this season. Just super grateful, super happy to have you around. So we are live from Daytona. We just finished up the Porsche Cup last night. And man, that was some good racing. Some of the best racing we've seen in GT Champions for a long time. And I can't believe we did it, but we went through 3 divisions with no red flags for turn 1. So that was pretty amazing. That was good stuff to see. But I have special guests with me, and they are going to join me here in the studio. Let me fire this up. There they are. Hey, guys, introduce yourselves.
Go ahead, Ian.
I'm Ian Higginbotham, RWB Igorski.
And I'm Nigel Higginbotham, RWB Venom.
All right, so these are the guys that are responsible for all the headaches you're going to ensue over the coming weeks as we go through this series. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding. It's so much fun the way that this has been put together. And so I have, I'm going to turn the floor over to you guys. We've had a little powwow about kind of how we're going to work this, but I'm going to let these guys run it. Folks, you are about to hear, oh, hold on a second. We cannot, okay, so... In the chat right now, there's a couple name for you now, Vengorski. I love it. Oh my gosh, that's it, Vengorski. That's perfect.
Makes you feel like a Russian mobster or something.
Yeah, that is awesome. So, oh, that's great. You can thank Tom for that, Viper. He took care of that one for you. I love it. Oh, okay. Well, with that in mind, let me wipe the tears from my eyes. That was pretty funny. All right. I'm going to let you guys take it away with whatever you want to talk about. What we are going to be talking about World Cup Season 5. Have at it, guys.
Well, basically, we're going to be changing the format a little bit on this one this year. We wanted to... It's going to start with quali. Quali is going to be a 1 car and 1 track. And what we're going to do is we're going to give you a little more room to make mistakes, but you're going to have, basically you're going to have 8 total laps, and you're going to have 6 hot laps, and we're going to take your 3rd and 4th fastest laps and combine those 2 to make your quali time. So it'll give you a little bit of room for a mistake on a lap or 2, but you definitely want to get a good 6 laps of hot lap in, so.
So if I understand that right, so they're gonna run 6 laps. So the 2 fastest laps get dropped off, and the 2 slowest laps get dropped off. And you take those 2, add them together, and that's their time.
That is correct.
Oh, okay. So it's not laps 3 and 4. It's just fastest to slowest, and carve off the last 2. Okay, that makes sense. Yep. I like it. I like it. That should actually give us a pretty good feel for how a driver's pace is. You think? Was that the idea?
Yeah, that was the idea. Me and Mazda actually talked about how this might work a little bit better. So we kind of got together and put together that idea, and we just ran with it because it sounded such a good idea. So we're going to see how it works this season. I think it'll even make it a little tighter, like you said, with everything. So we should be good in that aspect. And then Ian picked the car and track for this quali, so he can explain if you'd like to about the car and track.
So
you want me to bring up the list?
Yeah, go ahead. Bring up
Sure.
the list.
Okay, there you go, folks.
So we're going to do the Mazda Atenza GT3 at Deep Forest Raceway. The regular way around. we'll never do a reverse on that one. I just figured it was just the easiest car to drive on the game, and also it's a track that everybody seems to be familiar with, so this should give us everybody's true pace.
Nice. Did you want to go over the track and car combos? Because you were the one responsible for putting these things together, right?
Yeah, I was.
I said yay or nay, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm the one that gets yelled at for this one. So, on March 1st, or round 1, March 25th, we're going to be doing Laguna Seca with a Viper GT4. And then we move on to April 1st with Barcelona on the RS01. And then we have an Easter break for everybody to hang out with their family and do whatever it is that everybody does on Easter.
Yep. Now that Barcelona track, the no chicane means that we're doing that new course layout that they released, correct?
Yes, it is. It is the new course layout, so it's a little smoother to get around. So we should see some quick times, and hopefully the biggest pain in the ass part of that track is the chicane, so a lot of people are going to be happy, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then we have Red Bull Ring in the McGain, the front-wheel drive McGain GT4.
So not the trophy car.
Not the trophy car. That thing's mid-engined, and we used it last season, so we're going to go on with the front-wheel drive car, so make sure you get your practice down, because front tires are going to get ate up on that one.
Yeah, no joke.
And then we move on to the GT3 Ferrari 458 on Spa 24. And then the BMW M4 on St. Croix B GT4.
Ooh, that'll be
fun. And then the Aston Martin DBR9 on Nürburgring GP circuit.
Well, there's the whole. Of course, we're doing Nürburgring. I think we've done that almost every season of World Cup, just about. Nice.
Yeah, just about. And then we have the Corvette GT4 on Big Willow, the Lamborghini GT3 on Monza with the chicane. So that'll be a fun one. That car's still on the spoily side. Yeah, bad memories for the people that in our little manufacturer thing that we did that got picked on. So
yeah, that was me and Tatiana. We had to drive that thing, and that was a mess.
Yeah, and it wasn't Teasbap the other one? Teasbap and Tommy Moon, I believe. I
think that's the case. Yeah, but this will be different. Everyone's in the same car, so everyone has to deal with the same problems. So
yeah, everybody has to deal with the weight transfer on that thing, just tossing you around. And then we go to the Brands Hatch GP circuit with the Alfa Romeo 155. So if you guys see that coming to Historic and you haven't got it yet, we got time to get it, but pick it up as soon as it gets in there.
Yeah, in fact, I was going to mention we should probably, if anybody notices that thing in Legends, blast it out to the Discord so everybody knows to go get that thing. I don't even have it yet.
Yeah, it should pop in there the next month, I would think, because it's in there quite a bit. And then we have the Nissan Skyline R35 GTR, the 2018, the new one that just came a couple months ago. On Suzuka.
Oh, so it's not okay. I thought it was the GTR, the new GTR Group 3 car. Okay, so it's the R35 GT.
Yeah.
Wait,
that's it.
It is. So it's just the newer GTR.
Yeah. Yes. There's
the newest one that they put on the game.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. It looks like the old one, just a little bit different with aero.
Yeah.
Got it. Cool.
Yeah, So this is where it's going to get interesting. We're still doing the 10 races, but now we are running 2 hours instead of 1.5. So
did you hear that, everybody? Did everybody hear that?
So we're going to this is going to be closer to real endurance racing. It's going to be 2 hours in a seat to drag you out to the deep end and see what you got. Still going to have your pit window and full damage, but this time the pit window is going to be 10 minutes longer, so you're going to have a 20-minute pit window to get in and out. It's going to start at 110 and end at 50, like it did before. And because we're doing this, we're going to go straight to times one tire fuel. And also, if you look at the bottom of that screen, we are putting a fuel refill at the very minimum that you can. So it'll be 1 liter per second refuel rate. So on average, from what we've been seeing with testing, it's anywhere from your pit stop could be a minute 25 to a minute 45, depending on where we're at.
Wow, that's gonna stress out so many people. They're gonna feel like they just left the game. Like it's gonna be there for a long time.
Well, we think it's gonna create a lot of more opportunity for undercut and overcut, and so you're gonna really have to think about when you want to pit compared to your competitors, or if you want to pit with your competitors, kind of stuff like that. See where you can end up. But
nice.
It's definitely going to throw a wrench in there.
Average Tom says that refuel rate is disgusting. I hope you step on a Lego. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Well, awesome. All right, let's get back to our faces here. So, folks, these are the guys that are responsible for all of the stuff that's going to happen here in World Cup, and the decision hasn't been completely finalized yet. I don't imagine we're going to do any more than 4 divisions. I really don't think that. I don't know how we're going to make that work, but we also oh boy, I'm asking you this question right in front of everybody, but don't answer it if you don't think we need to. Did we decide on the start times? We did decide on the start times.
Yes, I think we're going to go with the way we discussed it, where we're going to run Division 1 and Division 3. They're going to run at 6 Eastern. That'll be lobby open for practice, and then it'll start at 6:30 Eastern. Will be the race, and then 8:30 or 8 to 8:30 Eastern is when we're going to start Division 2 and Division 4. Right. So it'll be staggered, and that way, if we need to, we can move people around in the lobbies.
So similar like what we did at Porsche Cup. That was kind of a test of the promotion piece that we're trying to work out. So there will be opportunities for drivers to move up in this series. So we'll keep an eye on that. So the races we're gonna start at one's at 6 and one's at 8:30, right? Eastern. That's when they start.
We might decide to change that and just like open it like 5:30 Eastern and then run the race at 6, so we can, because that might be a little easier on people. We kind of want to feel it out a little bit and see what happens.
Got it.
But I think that'd be a better idea to do it 5:30 open lobby and then have the first races start at 6 and then.
Yep.
And then so on and so forth.
I've opened up the website is on, so you guys can all go to the registration's not open yet, but the website is up, so you can get there and see that the rule book is updated with some of the changes and things. So everyone can go there and take a look at it. We decided that Venom is just going to tell me when to click the button, and so don't do it yet. But I know they're all suspense, and I know Tom and Madster are sitting there with their fingers, and they're ready to like click and go for it. The link to it is on the website at gtchampions.com. Go under events, and you'll see the in the menu. Go under events for 2023, and you're gonna see the actually, are you? Hold on. Just a second. There it is. Yes, it is there, and it comes up. So perfect. So the link to register is live, but the you can't actually register yet. The other thing I wanted to ask you about was, so we were talking about the promotion piece a moment ago. So we're going to have, the way this is going to work is we are only opening up the registration to the people that are watching this and that are in our Discord, so that y'all get first shot at it. We're gonna wait about a week before we post it onto the socials. It's going to be based on the qualifiers. Everyone's going to get to run the qualifiers, but if you registered later then the people that registered ahead of you are going to have priority. I hope that makes sense. And I know it makes sense to you guys. I'm just telling everybody that's watching this, right? So that's how we control making sure that those who are following us and paying attention to things get a spot, right? So
Yeah.
And of course, remember when we open registration, it gets flooded with lots of registrations right up front. I try to keep up for the first few days. It'll be a couple of times a day. I'll update the website so you can kind of see who's been registered, how many we have so far, and the like. So just happy to have it. Man, I'm so glad that the two of you guys have put this together. This is a really fun series. And I think this 2-hour block with the 20-minute pit window, that's a whole new ball game, right?
Oh,
Yeah, I mean, it's you know what? I don't remember which one of you said it to me in a chat we were having, but you said it's the test of man and machine, right? The endurance of man and machine. Which one of you was it that said that?
That was me.
Okay, and no joke, it's one thing to manage an hour-long race, right? An hour-long endurance race. And you've got some cars around you, and you're getting some competitive racing or following people. We saw that with Jake and Lucas last night in Division 1, right? You watched, they just kept switching positions. They were a 2-car battle all by themselves, right? But there was stuff happening. But over 2 hours, you kind of get some spaced out. And now, Urban Pirate mentioned this in, I think it was the Division 2 race, that sometimes when you get out there and you're on the track by yourself, you get complacent, right? And you start losing focus, or you're thinking, I'm going to see if I can just get another half a second out of this lap, and then you might make a mistake, right? So I think this 2 hours does a couple things. One, people that have a problem at the beginning of the race, right? There's still plenty of time to catch back up, right? They can change their strategy. They can do different things to get themselves back into the fight, right? And to maintain, like, I can't even maintain a thought process for more than a few minutes, let alone a 2-hour-long race. So I don't know how you guys are going to do it, but
that was one of the big things.
Go ahead.
That was one of the big things that me and Ian talked about when we wanted to switch to 2 hours. We're like, a lot of these guys that might not be the fastest guys, if they can concentrate for 2 hours and put together consistent laps after lap. This is when guys that are slower can even beat some of the top guys, because some of the top guys may have issues with mistakes being made, especially after an hour, and then you're going down to another hour. So it's anybody's game to win this one. If you can put together a full race, then you're going to be doing pretty good.
Yeah, endurance racing, you're racing other drivers, but you're racing the clock, right? You want to be the one that gets the furthest distance during that time than anyone else, and if you do, you win, right? That's simple as that. But you gotta get around the track consistently, for sure. Yeah,
and then another thing we're going to preach this season is patience, because it's 2 hours. If you try and win in the first turn in 2 hours, you're not going to win. So. If you screw up that first lap, I mean, and then you're going to start pushing and trying to make things happen, and then that's when mistakes start piling up. So patience and consistency is going to be something we're going to preach a lot this season.
Yeah, I can see a couple of these tracks where turn 1 is going to be challenging. Laguna, Red Bull Ring,
Monza.
right? Monza. Spa maybe not as much, because you start after where turn 1 really is. So everyone's starting, and they're gonna be hitting why can't I think of what it's
Rouge?
Yeah, they're gonna be hitting a Rouge at a much slower speed, so they can actually go 2x2 through there, because they're not gonna be at full speed. So that's gonna be a little different. NERB GP, another big one, right? You get on that inside corner and it kind of drops down on you, so you got to be careful when you're on the inside. And so there's definitely going to be some challenges in some of those, but it's 2 hours, so we just have to have patience and get through it, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep. So
I also wanted to make an announcement real quick.
You're
we're
pregnant.
going to move. No. That'd be awful. No. But I wanted to announce that we're going to move Roses into a staff position to help with stewarding and testing and stuff like that. So congratulations to Roses. He's been a staple with the GT champions for a while now. So, and he has the same kind of mindset that we look for when we're looking for stewards and help. So I figured he'd be a good one to step up. So.
All right. So Roses from HyPrix going to be in staff position here at GT Champions. So once again, HyPrix and GT Champions getting a little closer together, and RWB, and we're all just growing this thing out. I love it. So congratulations, Roses. Welcome aboard, sir. Glad to have you. Yeah, golf clap.
Golf clap.
Okay. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
All right. I'm ready when you are.
Well, Chris, hit the button.
The button has been
Tom, we
clicked,
believe in
sir. Registration is open and live. Come and get some. All right, I want to see who comes in first. I want to wait for the little dot to pop up. Let's see who wins.
Yeah.
You know what I should have done is like a $50 or $25 gift card to Amazon for the first registrant. But I don't want to send it to the UK or to New Zealand. Because that's where it's gonna come
That would
through.
be the first two guys to get it.
Yeah. So we're gonna stay on here live for a minute, or I'm gonna wait until I see a response come in. And see if I have anybody respond in this yet. Nothing yet. People must be in there filling it out. Remember, folks, the link is on the website, gtchampions.com. Go to Events 2023 and find the World Cup. Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I'm excited to see. Oh, there it is. One came in. Who was it? Hold on. I'm going to pull it up right now. It's Viper!
Of course.
He does it again. Viper does it again. Congratulations, Viper. He had to be sitting there. Oh, and there's Matt in second place. 16 seconds. 16 seconds again. Oh, that's awesome. Matt's the second place to Viper again. That's awesome. Oh man, Madsta. He can't beat Viper. He can beat him on the track, but he cannot get him beat in registration. That's awesome. Yeah. And it looks like Scarface just jumped in from FR, so we got a HyPrix, an ICER driver, and an FR racer. So bring it on, folks. It's gonna be fun.
We'll make sure that we confirm times well before, like, actual start times for the races and stuff. We'll get the schedule out there. I do have it as 6 o'clock and 8:30 on the website. Okay.
So
that might work well. So.
Yep. So that's Division 1 and Division 3, and then Division 2 and 4 would start at the 8:30. And I saw Hannah is watching, and she was like, "Well, I guess I'm not racing because she's usually in Division 4, and it's so late there in the UK." So Hannah, all I gotta say is, do better. Get into D3, right? That's all I have to say. Hey, and you know, there's an entire community right here that'll be like, we're gonna help you go faster, Hannah, and we will get you into D3, and then you can race during the earlier times. We'll get it figured out. Now, I'm just gonna say this. My goal, assuming that my wife allows it, my goal is to actually run in the World Cup this season. And let me tell you how that might be able to happen. And the only way it's going to be able to happen is if I can make it into Division 2. But, man, it's going to be tough. Because I'm going to be broadcasting Division 1. Andy's going to broadcast Division 3. So we're going to do those first two together. So I have to either be in Division 2 or Division 4 to be able to race this season. But I'm hoping to. I'm going to qualify.
You're not going to be in Division 4.
I know. Well, I mean, I could. No, I wouldn't. but so I'm going to try to qualify. If I make it into a division that's at a time that I'm not broadcasting, I'm going to try to race this round. I never get to race in any of these events, except if we do a post broadcast of it. So wish me luck. people.
Yeah, we're pulling for you, man. Hopefully, you can get into Division 2 and put down some laps.
I don't know, man. I mean, I saw all the guys in Division 1, and I've seen a bunch of guys that were in Division 2, and it's close. There's a lot of guys that I'm riding around, and we might get a bunch of new. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Either I do or I don't, right?
Yeah. We're pulling for you, though.
Yep. All right, so we are at 9 registrations now. So Slipstream, Drybones Malone, Osiris, who's new, North Point Racing, Cyrus, good to have you. Chip Reese and Kawazari, so a lot of familiar names already into the registration forms. So remember.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Biggest thing I suggest is make sure that you guys look over everything. There's a lot of new changes. Before you even register, make sure you know you're going to want to do this, because we want to put together a full season with full lobbies. So we want to make sure that everybody's going to be ready for this again. This is 2 hours of full damage racing. This is going to be the real deal again.
Yeah, we don't do things like the rest of the communities do. This is not for the faint of heart, this series, at all. You have to be patient. You have to be thoughtful. You have to be strategic. You have to be patient. I said that twice on purpose. You have to be right, and above all, you just gotta have fun. You gotta get through these. And there's some good cars in here, and good track combinations. I've taken the Atenza about for the on Deep Forest. She feels good and fast. Like, that car is fun. And I know you guys did testing of all these cars on all these tracks. That might the qualifier might be my favorite whole combination because that car is so much different in GT7 than it was in GT Sport. And I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. But anyway, we're gonna actually be running some of these tracks. So those of real quick, those of you who are watching, I have my list right here. You can't see it because it's on green paper. Okay, I didn't think about that one. My green screen and now the green paper. But right here, I'm looking at this piece of paper. We're gonna be doing 6 like 3 or 5 lap races here coming up after this newsroom broadcast is over. So it's anyone's welcome to come. You are required to have a World Cup livery on the car, meaning it could be from any of the past seasons, which is really only one in GT7. But you can have or no, we've done 2 in GT7, haven't we?
Yeah. This will be
That's
the
right.
second season in GT7.
So season 3 and 4, you can bring those cars. Doesn't matter what car it is, but we're going to go to Deep Forest, Laguna, Spa, Big Willow, Brands, and Suzuka today. And we're going to do just between 3 and 5 laps on each one races. And the purpose is our guy Pixtec at HyPrix, who did that amazing Porsche Cup intro video, he's going to use this footage to make one for World Cup. So I encourage you all to come. The more cars that we have, the better. If we have 16 cars, great. If we have 12 cars, that's good too. So I'll be opening up that lobby here in about 25 minutes so that we can start doing that. But all right, guys, I want to give you guys the last words on whatever it is you want to say. But before you do, I just want to say thank you again for bringing World Cup here. I mean, where else is it gonna be? There's not another place that will let you do this crazy sauce, right? But
well,
go ahead.
Yeah, we want to thank you too. I mean, you've helped us bring this to life a lot more than we ever could have by ourselves. So between you and Pixteca, I mean, it's awesome what we've been able to do. So we appreciate it.
RWB is a huge part of it. We're teammates, obviously, right?
Well, that's where it all started. Is RWB.
That's where it all started. You know what I did just the other day, and if you folks want to do it, you could go and find the RWB Racing's YouTube page, and it's almost embarrassing when you go back and look at some of the commentary I did in the first Super Formula races. It's so amateur looking, and now it looks so much better with Pixteca behind the wheel of the graphics. But we have been doing this a long time, guys. We have been doing this since 2018, 2019.
Yeah,
That's
Ben's
right.
Day of 2018, I think, is when we first started. Yeah.
Yeah, so this is not our first rodeo, and it's been a lot of fun. RWB has our team has really decided that we wanted to bring this to the world, and that's what GT Champions is for. And so, super happy to have it. And it's super popular. Porsche Cup by HyPrix also super popular. And I'm gonna go ahead and give a little teaser, and then I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna let you guys have the final word here, and then I'll switch screens over and do a little teaser. So, but stay on, you're going to want to hear this. So go ahead.
Well, I want to wish everybody good luck this season. This is going to be a very fun season, I think, especially if everybody works together and learns from each other. This is going to be some good racing for 2 hours every Saturday. So good luck, everybody. I hope it's what you expect, or at least better than what you expect.
Yeah, I would like to thank everybody as well. The biggest thing that we need to look for is it's 2 hours of racing, so make sure your butt can handle it, because it's a lot of sitting down. And then go test it out, because it's a blast. The tire wear, the feel, and everything is going to be, it's completely surprising on what cars do what and what track, and some downhill turns, and how everything just changes everything. So it should be fun. Good luck to all.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Actually, while I have you here, I'm just going to let you know, Pixtech and I have discussed it, and what we're going to try to do is the top point getter in each division, each round, we're going to have their card featured on the round posters like we've done in Porsche Cup. So kind of like another get yourself to the top of the points so that your car and livery can be on the posters. It'll be a lot of fun. And I thought I would change the screen to talk about this next thing, but no, I want to see your faces and your reaction. So Pixtech and I have been talking about combining GT Champions and HyPrix together in a weekday event. We haven't come up with the name, but we're gonna have a weekday event that will be live broadcasted. So stay tuned for that. So we're going to have some cool races that are going to happen during the week that are not World Cup or Porsche Cup, just some cool races that we're going to be trying to do. So, pay attention. It'll be in Discord, because that's where everything happens. That's where our community is. And before we go, I wanted to go through a couple of these comments so that you guys can, if you want to, actually react to it. Knudsen says, I drive a truck every day, so my butt is completely numb and flat.
Got it, me too.
Tom says, let's go, Vingorski. Watch out for those Legos, right? And there's a whole bunch. There's a million comments in here. I can't keep up with all of them. But HyPrix says it's going to be fun. And we've had over 100 messages in this already. You can see it in the screen up there. Yeah. It's just scrolling through. I can't keep up with all of it.
It's going.
But folks, thank you for all your comments. We're really looking to have a good time here, and that'll be a lot of fun. So I guess that's all.
I'm sure we'll get called some names.
What's that?
I'm sure we'll get called some names here and there, but
yep,
that's what we like to hear.
Yep, and just to be clear, as far as stewarding goes, we have a pretty stout stewarding team now. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different stewards across 3 different teams that are part of the stewarding package. So we just ask you guys, just bear with us. Racing is hard, and there's incidents that happen that people are not going to be happy with the outcome of stewarding, and that's just because either they don't understand or they just don't want to have a penalty. And it's the suckiest part of our job. It really is the worst part of having to do all of this, right? The racing is fun, broadcasting is fun, everything, but it sure does suck to have to go penalty to XXX for this. Oh, I hate doing it.
Yeah.
So make sure you make. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, it's definitely the least fun part of it, but it has to be done to make it fair for everybody. So
yes, it does.
We try and put the best of our knowledge from what we see from video, and try and explain every penalty as much as possible. That way, that you can understand what's going on.
Yep, and our new ticketing system seems to be working pretty good. It gives us a chance to get the drivers and the stewards in a private room to share video, clips, converse, yell, scream, whatever. And it gives everybody a chance to really to really see how the stewarding process goes along. And sometimes people don't quite understand why we do one thing one way and one thing another, but the we literally can't come up with an FIA book this big of every infraction that you could possibly come up with. We use what's normal racing stewarding practices, like when can you pass somebody and how does this work at an apex. We use the basic stuff, but just bear with us, folks. We do the best that we can to be as fair as we can to everybody. And yeah, we've even had to penalize. I think one of you guys had to get a drive-through penalty last season, didn't you? Who was it?
It was 2 seasons ago for me.
Yeah. So even the brains behind the operation get nabbed when they do something dumb. So hey, it happens. All right,
it happens.
Yes, it does. All right, well, folks. You know what? It's really funny. Is I haven't raced in any of them, so I haven't gotten a single penalty in a World Cup yet. Okay, all right. I guess that's enough. All right. Well, thanks again, guys, for coming. Thanks to all of you. Go in there and sign up. We're at 14. We're at 14 already. So we've got a few people. Remember, don't sign up twice. If you think you didn't sign up, check your email, because you should be receiving an email with your registration information after you register. It'll come from Google, and you'll get confirmation of that. And you can change the information. There should be a link that comes in there. But anyway, that's it for me. Guys, thanks for coming along. And we'll catch you all later. Have a good one.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you.